Hey guys and girls, my name's Alan and welcome to today's pack opening video. So as you can see, well, I don't know if you can or not, but the screen's a little bit blurry. You know what that means? My bloody Elgato crashed yet again, so I lost all the footage this time. It didn't record them to the point it crashed, it just straight up didn't save any of the footage that it did record, so I'm really annoyed about that. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to try and narrate the stuff that I managed to pull the footage from the PS4 as I always do, and I'm just gonna have to narrate it and just tell you what I got and try and record the thoughts that I had at the time of the pack opening, but obviously you lose some of that initial, excitement or whatever, because I already know what I'm getting. Alright, so we'll continue with opening advanced packs today, and then I will treat myself at the end to an expert pack and then a premium pack as well. And as per usual, I will review the weapons I opened last time, so in no particular order, let's get started with the weapon reviews. So the Cyclone AR, which I was really looking forward to trying out because I thought it might be a replacement for the Typhoon, which was an ultra rare LMG in ME3. Turns out it's nothing alike. It is absolutely awful, the Cyclone. I mean, it's got spin up time, it's got weak damage. I mean, I guess you could say that applies to all weapons at the moment, unfortunately. Oh, I unlocked the mat up, by the way. So a fun weapon I remember really well from ME3, one of the better weapons. It was classed as an uncommon, but it could have been a gold tier, to be honest. It was that good, really accurate, decent rate of fire because it was semi-automatic, and it did decent damage as well. So if you're accurate with your shots, it was a really good weapon. I have heard it's a bit subpar in this game, but I'm looking to try it out, and I'll report back in the next video on how well it does. Okay, so back to the Cyclone. Yeah, look at that, back-to-back Mattox. So the Cyclone has a spin-up time, it's got a small clip, which could be remedied by extending mags, I suppose. But the thing that kills it is the accuracy. It is so bad, it's non-existent. It's pretty much the way I could put it. If you ever, it's like firing a full auto shotgun, but it doesn't matter what range you use it, it's the same sort of accuracy, even if you fire from cover as well. So it's a really just terrible weapon. Just don't use it if you don't believe me. Alright, moving on to the Hesh shotgun. Now the Hesh has potential. It's got okay sort of spread. I mean, it's a shotgun, so it's the same old. But it's got a decent rate of fire. It's semi-automatic, and if they buff the damage, I reckon it'd be a pretty decent shotgun. But as it stands, I mean, like all other weapons, it's pretty weak at the moment. But possibly one of the better shotguns in my opinion. It's got a pretty decent clip size as well, so you don't have to reload too often when shooting enemies. Okay. What else did I get? I got the Sweeper AR, which works in a similar way to other Remnant technology, in that it doesn't require you visiting the ammo boxes to get ammo. It just generates itself. Well, it basically works on a cooldown timer, so as long as you don't overheat it, you don't technically need to wait for a reload or anything like that. It just obviously fills up by itself again on a meter. Again, on paper, in theory, it probably could be a good weapon, but it's so weak. And the refire time, it's a burst weapon I should say, the refire time isn't great, and also it's not that accurate for a burst fire weapon. Like, when you think burst fire weapon, you should think decent damage, decent accuracy, maybe the rate of fire can be a bit slow. That that varies from weapon to weapon, but then you compare them to weapons like the M8 from Call of Duty, the M16 for example. Accurate, decent rate of fire, decent damage. If you're a skilled shooter, you can do work with those weapons. The Sweeper should be like that. It just isn't like that. As I said, weak damage, accuracy is so-so, slow rate of fire. It doesn't add up to be a very good weapon at all, to be honest. But again, has potential if the BioWare decide to buff it and make some changes here and there. Another weapon that I got was also Remnant Tech, was the Equalizer SMG. It's actually not too bad. I quite like this weapon. Again, it works on the same principle of not having to visit ammo dumps because it is Remnant technology. And basically, it's very similar to the Collector SMG from ME3. When I first started using the Collector SMG, I didn't realise that if you use extended mags with it, it does increase its potential. Same applies here. If you put extended mags on, you can get more shots off before obviously the weapon overheats, or you need to wait for it to cool down. It's pretty accurate, but it does have a range cap. So it's very much, well, obviously it's an SMG, so it's a CQC weapon anyway, but by putting the range cap on it, it means that you are forced to fight in CQC. It's great for power kits. I put it on my Asari Adepts and it works wonders. Again, it could be a bit more damaging, but probably one of the better weapons at the moment in the game as it stands. I also unlocked the Sidewinder pistol, which is like a 6-shot revolver. Again, when you think 6 shots revolver, you think quite decent accuracy, decent damage, but obviously you trade that off for a long reload time. It does have a long reload time. It's sort of accurate, I guess, but it's weak, and so there's just no point having that trade-off when you could use any other weapon and get more shots at any one time without having to reload, and it also does more damage as well. So no, not a very good weapon. And then I also unlocked the Disciple, which is again another weapon returning from ME3. It's meant to stagger enemies a bit more reliably than other weapons, but I don't know. I can't. I never really liked it in ME3 anyway, so it's probably why I don't really like it now. But if anything, it's got the same issues, maybe worse. Not as effective as it was in ME3, if it could possibly be worse. So not a very good shotgun. I mean, I guess it's an uncommon, so you can't really compare it to some of the other weapons, but it's still not great. And then the final weapon that I unlocked, well, again, not in any particular order, but the final weapon that I did get was the Vanquisher sniper rifle. And as you probably heard from my reaction in that video at the time, it's one of the weapons of the moment, in that it's not even that good, I don't think. They did change the headshot multiplier. Apparently it's bugged to do twice as much damage as it was meant to, so they've nerfed that down a bit. And I've tried using it recently, and it's not overwhelming, to be honest. You can't one-shot enemies on gold, low-level enemies, because they've removed the headshot multiplier. I maxed out the Asari Adept, although I was pretty happy with that, because obviously I now can get all the points, and she's one of my favourite classes in this game at the moment. Yeah, so the Vanquisher is not that powerful. The headshots no longer do as much damage as they used to. The refire time and the recoil when you do shoot is kind of high. I guess you could mitigate that with practice and stuff, but I don't know. I think it's just a weapon that does a decent amount of damage, which is why a lot of people use it at the moment, but by no means is it a god weapon. It's not a top tier weapon by any stretch of the imagination. It just happens to be a weapon that does a decent amount of damage and is serviceable in this game as it stands. So until they buff other weapons and stuff, I guess people will continue to use it because it's quite lightweight as well, so you can use it on a variety of classes. But yeah, it's good, but it's not great. I'm glad I got it though, because I can actually kill things on difficulties higher than silver, even though it does require pretty much the entire clip to down an enemy if you don't get headshots. I'm so annoyed right now. Alright, so I've probably edited it to the point where I've explained the situation already, so you're joining me now for the second part, which hopefully continues. Oh gosh, this is so annoying, having to keep recording in like sections over and over again, and obviously just having to record from the PS4 footage. Alright, so if I've timed it properly, I did finish talking about the weapons that I got in the previous pack opening, so I'm just going to start on the next part of the topic I was going to talk about while continuing this pack opening. So yeah, I don't know, this game is it just feels a bit sluggish in comparison. Oh bloody hell, the incisor. It's the last thing I want to see after a crash. It just, yeah, like everything just seems so slow in comparison to ME3. Like, even though they put the movement system in, which is good, the boosting around, the jumping and stuff, just, I don't know, like when you use your powers, you go into it quite slowly. I'm talking about the cloak here, for example. When you break from the cloak, it takes a while for it to register sometimes. And I mean, I don't know if these can be fixed. Oh, nice gold. Ooh, new sniper rifle. It's a shame. I've heard it's absolutely terrible, though. I think this is one of those like self-generating ammo ones, so based on a cooldown timer. But I think it's terrible. That's what I've heard. So it's nice having a new rare weapon, but not that one, please. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh man, stop it! Stop giving me that. I know I'm trying to max him out, but I still don't want to see these crappy weapons. Oh, nice! Come on! Sweet. This is the burst assault rifle. Again, I think I talked about it in the first part already. Well, I should have done. It has potential. They buff it slightly. That it has potential. They just need to make it a little bit more accurate. And oh, nice. Ah, yes. Talon. That's what I'm talking about. It's basically a pocket shotgun, but it takes up a pistol slot in your category. It's got kind of a slow rate of fire and a very small clip. I think it's 4 shots by default, but again, it's one of those weapons where you put extended mags on and you use it on a character with a higher rate of fire. capability, and it can do work. It's quite light as well, so some people use it in place of a shotgun, even though, as I said, it does have some slightly different attributes. Another soldier, okay. I'm keeping an eye on my credits. Don't worry, peeps. Got it written down here so I don't get lost like I do in all the other videos that I've done. Hey, okay. I'm looking forward to giving this a try, as I was saying in the first part. What was I talking about? Yeah, so just everything feels a bit slow, and obviously the weapons being so weak and the enemies being so, you know, bullet spongy. It just, I don't know, it's the fluidity and the fast-paced nature of ME3 is definitely missing. I don't know if they can bring it back with balance changes. Hopefully they can. It's looking as though it's going to be like a 2-week cycle rather than the weekly cycle that ME3 had. I mean, obviously the game's only just come out, so I guess they've got a lot to work on, but some communication would be nice. You know, we're working on this, you know, we're listening to your concerns, yada yada. I mean, they said that in the previous balance change they released, but but as I said, I don't think the changes they implemented were the changes that the community are asking for primarily, so what do we got? Hey, another character maxed out, okay. Right, 600k. So that'll do it for the advanced packs. And now I'm going to buy one of each, the premium and the expert. And hopefully, fingers crossed, get something good from them. Where's that gold? Show me the gold. Oh, equalizer. Okay, so this is the pistol slash SMG, which again has potential, as I was saying in the first part of the video. So I don't mind ranking this one up for sure. That's good. That's a good one. And then hopefully a Black Widow, please, from here would be nice. Pretty please. Only 2 rare, no ultra rare, but I did get an uncommon. Should we do it all together or should we do it one at a time? Let's do it one at a time. Okay. Ugh. Ooh, another shotgun. I don't know, I never really used it in ME3, it just wasn't my sort of weapon, but as I said in a very early video, some people really used it well and swore by it, so... Oh, nice! Hornet. Okay, so this is... Oh, I haven't been flipping the cards. I keep thinking... Oh, forgot about doing that. Oops. Okay, well basically this is a... damn it! I keep doing that. Alright, well I might as well show you. I'll tell you what. Let me pick up this reward first. Bartic Mastery. I do like using powers, especially Bartics, and like if you, well, obviously I never really play these sort of games, but for some reason a friend of mine told me to play it, and I just got it, and absolutely fell in love with Bartic abilities. Like, it's not my sort of game, sci-fi, but it's just one of those things that I really learnt to appreciate. Okay, so this is the status of my uncommons, as you can see. 2 maxed out, 1 very close. I've now got 1 of each of the uncommons, which is good. Did I get new today? Just the Mattock, so I'll show you that. And I think that's it for this category. Hornet, that's new. I'll show you that. Yeah, so it's a burst SMG. In ME3 it had a really decent rate of fire and good accuracy. Its damage just wasn't that great. If they made it into like an assault rifle variant with better accuracy, I reckon that'd be a really good weapon. Scorpion, you've already seen that. There we go, the Talon. As I said, already talked about it, so I won't do it again. Sweeper, here we go, Shadow. Apparently it's literally pants. So yeah, and then the Venom Shotgun, which, I don't know, I'll give it a try. See if I can find out what all the fuss was about when people use it in ME3. Probably a completely different weapon now, but look at that, not a single uncommon mod. It's ridiculous, look at that. It's definitely weighted. Characters, then weapons, then mods last. Has to be. I think these will all come into rotation at some point, but there's different rarities, so I'm just wondering if there's a way of upgrading them, or maybe that's just the way they are, and they'll just release a rare one in the future perhaps. But I think they need to expand the number available, because it's looking like one every 2 weeks or something like that. You get a new one. It's very slow going to get equipment. Look at that. My self revive is so low, but everything else is so high. I start to use Cobra RPGs a bit more just because I'm annoyed at having to shoot enemies for like 30 seconds before they die. But yeah, I've got to try and be a bit more conservative with my gels. Save them for when I really do need them. Alright, so that'll do it for today's video. Unfortunately the start was a bit rough, but got some decent weapons, I hope. I've got some new ones, so that's good. So I'll check those out, and then I'll report back in the next video. But yeah, until next time, if you enjoy the content, consider tapping that like button. I really do appreciate it. And as always, if you've got any thoughts you'd like to share with me regarding the stuff I unlocked or the stuff I talked about today, let me know in the comment section below. But until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, take care, and I will see you later.